of the rainbow there's happiness, and to find it, how often I've tried, but my life...
Hey guys, this is Alan from FamilyTravelingBlog.com. We're going to be looking at the Life Straw water bottle / water filter today. I actually bought this filter because I was recently on a trip, and I often travel to locations where there isn't clean drinking water or anything around that you can safely drink without getting sick and exposing yourselves to all kind of viruses and bacteria and all that kind of stuff. And I was on a trip with a group, and while we were there, we had a group water filter that we had been sharing, and in the middle of the trip, we were way up in the mountains. There was no clean water source available to us. The water filter got a hole punctured into it, and so it was dripping the whole time. And so what ended up happening is when we're trying to fill our water bottles, which I was using a Nalgene bottle, which I like as well, the clean water would drip, and little dirty drips would go in as well. And so there was no way to avoid it, just the certain way that crack had happened. So we were only getting half filtered water, and we ended up all getting sick. And I was sick for about 2 weeks. Most of our team was on. We were on our backs on, for several days. And so it was a horrible experience. And so after that, I decided, I need to have a source, a way to filter water that is going to allow me to do it to where I'll still continue to bring a group filter along, but if we do get in a circumstance where you can't bring that filter, some of those group filters can be large, they can be hard to pack, and if you're backpacking, it'd be tough. So I had several friends who have these Life Straw filters, and they suggested that I buy one, and so I bought it, and it was certainly designed by people who travel, that is for sure. And so I wanted to do a review on this to kind of let you guys know what my opinion is on this little filter here. It's really cool because I have to say, first of all, I've been really satisfied with it. I've really enjoyed it. It has its pros, it has its cons. It's not perfect. In terms of pros, which I'll start with that, first of all, just the size of it. It holds a less than a liter, but if it's your standard water bottle size, so it fits nicely in any of your traveling backpacks, anything you're going to carry around. It's real easy to get through. So the size is great. It looks great for those of you who care about what it looks like. It has just a couple different colors to choose from. The blue is the most common one. So in that sense, it's really nice. It looks good. It travels well. It fits in your backpack. It's not a big bulky water bottle. But if you look here, you pull this cap off. It just easily unscrews, and you have this water filter right here inside, which is a really cool feature, because if you're in a situation like I was, where your group filter gets a puncture in it or something, and you get dirty water dripping into here, then it automatically is going to get filtered out here through here. So you don't really have to worry about that. It fits nicely in here. One of the kind of the downsides to it is even though the water bottle itself holds under a little bit under a liter, you can't fill it up to the top like you could with a lot of the other water bottles of this style, because if you fill it up too high and then you stick this in, obviously the filter takes up a good amount of space, and so your water comes out, which is kind of annoying at first, but you get used to it. So some of the other, what I was saying, this is really cool because it was clearly designed by people who travel, and they understand travelers for several different reasons, aside from the fact that they created it that fit, like it said, it fits in a backpack holster very well. But there's all these little kind of interesting things that they added to it that you don't see in a lot of them. Like it came with this little carabiner here, which is really cool for hanging off your backpack. It's easy. I mean, these are small little touches. They don't make or break the water bottle, but I just personally, as someone who's always looking for the easiest, most convenient way, a lot of times you're traveling, you pull the water bottle off, and it's, if you have a bigger backpack, it's hard to stick it in the back there, so you have this, and I like to just clip it onto the front or clip it onto the back. It's really convenient to do. Another little convenient thing they have here is, a lot of bottles don't have it, it's kind of funny, but just the little tab to pull up. And they also have a little cushiony thing on the straw itself, which is kind of funny. But all of it, all of that adds to it. You can tell that people design this who know travel and they understand the need. Now, one of the complaints I did read about the Life Straw bottle was that you can see here the filter leaves probably about half an inch above the actual bottom. And a lot of people complain that it leaves a lot of water behind, so you're filtering out over half a liter of water, but then you end up with a good chunk of water at the bottom there. Now, I haven't really found that to be an issue myself, because it is a minimal amount of water that gets stuck on the bottom, and it really hasn't been that big of a deal. For me, the different places that I've traveled, for me, I prefer to have that filter in there and to have the safety than worry about a tiny little bit of water that's going to get stuck in the bottom. Now, one of the features about this that you have to be careful of, because this is a filter and filters do get clogged if they're not cleaned properly, is every single time you use this, and some people might find this annoying, some people might forget. Again, for me, it isn't really a big deal for the safety of it, and to not get sick for 2 weeks again, overseas, it's worth it. But every time you use it, you have to actually blow out the dirty, what's in there, what gets filtered. So you open it up, it's like this, and every single time, you just blow on it. And you see little bits of water come out there, and I just poured it right back into clean water, but it'll get refiltered. So, the Life Straw water bottle, this thing will filter about 1,000 liters of water, and which is really nice because as you are using it, that's a lot of water. It'll last you about a year if you use it consistently. And on top of that, it has a built-in mechanism to where as you're using it, once it ends, the life of the filter itself ends, it'll stop filtering. So that was one of my concerns was, if I'm out in the middle of the jungles in Colombia, drinking out of a river with this thing, how do I know it's still working or not? But the good thing is it automatically filters that out. So that's a nice little feature that they've added. Some filters will have, I would have liked to have had like a little light on, a little color changing thing or something like that, but that's okay. I mean, the good thing is it's easy to purchase a new one. This thing cost me $22. You can buy a new filter for it cheaply, and it's worth it for the safety, and it'll last you for that, like I said, for at least a year. You have to maintain it. One of the downsides that I do have with it so far, and this is a minor thing, but whenever you first buy it and you start drinking out of it, it has a really strong filter taste, if you know what I mean. It's pretty gross in the first few liters that you drink of this thing, just because of the unused filter, inside of it. So it has a very strong filtery kind of taste to it, which is gross. But that does go away after you've been using it for a while, like I have. But if you can get past that taste, some people, I was shocked by it. I didn't expect it when I first took my first drink of it. Oh, another cool thing about this is that every time you buy one of these Life Straw bottles, the little card that comes with it, they take it very serious. It comes with a manual and everything. Whenever you buy one of these, you actually provide clean drinking water for a child in Africa for a year. So it's pretty awesome. I mean, not only are you getting clean water yourself, not only are you getting healthy water wherever you go, but you're also providing it for a person in need. There are so many people without clean water, so it's really awesome to be able to have this. For me, I would personally, if I were to make any suggestions on it, or what I would like to see, is it would be nice if it came in different water bottle sizes. I like the 1 liter style of bottles, which the only version you can get for the Life Straw right now while I'm making this video is this 650 milliliter version. I would have liked to have seen a liter or more. I'm sure they could somehow make a lid and design for it, but this is the design they have right now, but it's very good, it's very worth it. So it is a very valuable water bottle to have. I would definitely recommend it for anybody who's going to be doing any traveling to a serious location where you don't have all the amenities, where you don't have the access to the clean water. If you're someone like me who travels a lot to really rural locations, this is a fantastic tool to have, well worth it. It's even cheaper than a lot of other filters that are out there, and it filters out pretty much everything. They all say 99.99999% of all the bacteria and all the Ebola and all that kind of stuff. So it can save you. It can save you a lot of sickness. It can save you a lot of pain and hospital visits and vomiting and all that kind of stuff. So I highly recommend it. If you're looking for a filter, if you're looking for a water bottle, the Life Straw, this could be for you. I've really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. And if you have any suggestions or if you have any comments, feel free to comment in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video, and come back to travelingfamilyblog.com for our next video here on our YouTube channel. Check out our website. We've got lots of great travel articles, lots of great things to see. A lot of laughs, a lot of fun time, and a lot of great tips for traveling with your family, with your kids. Those of us who are writing, we have kids ourselves, and so it is a great resource for you. Feel free to contact us if you have any other questions, any comments. Thank you for your time.